Hello, and welcome again to my Inspirational Ingrid channel. I'm sorry, I've had a bit of a cold this week, so excuse me. So like I said, welcome again. And today's video is actually called The Last Trump, the Kings of Peace. The Last Trump, the Kings of Peace. So as you know, it's a daily series. We're talking about Donald J. Trump. Yes, we are, because every day there's something going on in the world, in the news, that is happening since he become president again for the second time. So I'm going to say it again. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, every day I'm going to bring a word. The Saturday ones episodes are a bit different, but the daily ones are all about what's happening in the news and in the media. But it's all Bible based. It is all Bible based. So let's just have a look. Not only is it Bible based, but it's also talking about Bible prophecy, which is last days. Bible prophecies, last days. So we're actually looking in to seeing what's happening in the governments, what's happening with all the leaders around the world. But Donald J. Trump is the one who seems to be at the center of everything right now. Of all the happenings and all the goings on, Donald J. Trump is the only one that seems to be highlighting the news, who seems to be in the media portrayed more than anybody else right now. And like I said, he seems to be at the center of everything that's going on. So today's series is actually talking about Kings of Peace. And the last couple of days I've been talking about Trump and how he's mediating peace in Israel. How he's mediating peace in Israel. He's doing things that no other leader can actually do or get done. And so here we are again. We have Putin. We have Zelensky. And we have the Saudi Arabia king again. So it's all these kings that's happening. That's all you can see. Leaders of the earth. Kings. With Trump again at the center. So we all know about the Ukraine and Russia war that has been going on for quite some time now. And there has been no peace talks since 2022, as we know, between the two countries. They just can't agree. They cannot come to a resolution. But we've seen how Trump has been talking to Putin recently. Not recently, 2 days ago, in fact. 2 days ago, Trump actually, he's had a call. He's had a call with Putin. Trump has had a call with Putin. His relationship with these leaders is absolutely amazing. The relationship that Trump has with his leaders is absolutely amazing. And if you remember, I was actually talking about that God is using Trump as a vessel. Trump is being used as a vessel from God to do the things that God is telling him to do. Now, I'm at the moment reading the book of Jeremiah. And this scripture here is kind of like what I was seeing Trump being told by God. Okay. So this is actually so if I just take it a bit closer, this is actually in Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 17 to 18. And this is something that God told Jeremiah as a prophet of God, what he had to do on the earth. So I'm imagining now that God has been speaking to Trump. And this is what he said to Jeremiah. But I can imagine him saying the same thing to Trump. It says, get yourself ready. Stand up and say to them whatever I command you. Do not be terrified of them, or I will terrify you before them. Today I have made you a fortified city, an iron pillar and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. So if you can remember in the Old Testament, This is a word that was actually given to Jeremiah to do. And Jeremiah, you can probably feel that he was a bit hesitant to do it. But God was telling Jeremiah, do not be afraid of who you're going to stand against, or I will terrify you. So basically, God was telling Jeremiah, you better go and do what I tell you. I command you to do what I'm telling you. Do not fear, because I will be with you. I will make you a strong pillar. I will make you an iron pillar. And I will make you like a fortified city and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land. So, like I said, Trump is fearless. He's absolutely fearless. Whoever he goes against, whoever he negotiates with, he's fearless. Because imagine if Trump knows who God is and God has told him a specific thing. Who would you fear? Would you fear the kings and the leaders of the earth? Or would you fear God? I know who I would fear. I know who I would fear. And this is what I'm saying to you. A lot of people criticize him, but he has a mission to fulfill on this earth. But what leaders do you know that has gone into places where Trump has gone? Kim Jong-un, for one. Who has gone into North Korea to speak with that leader? Trump has. Trump goes to Moscow to speak to Putin. Trump speaks with the leaders of Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. Trump speaks with Zelensky. Trump speaks with Netanyahu. Trump finds it very easy to speak to people and negotiate. He speaks to the leaders of the EU. He speaks to the prime ministers in the UK. He finds it very, very easy. Even if he doesn't actually resolve anything, but he finds it easy to make peace on the land and in the world. This is who President Trump is. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, this is who he is. He's come on a mission. Saudi Arabia, has actually spoken to Ukraine before, has actually spoken to Russia before. And they've actually tried to mediate peace between those two countries before. This is the leader of Saudi Arabia. Has tried to initiate peace initiatives. It's been really quite amazing to me. And then we have Trump. Like I said, Trump again. Trump negotiating with President Putin to make peace and end the war in Ukraine. President Zelensky, on the other hand, is a bit worried about this peace treaty that seems to be taking place. Zelensky's wondering if America has actually forgotten about him. Zelensky might look weak to you, but it's not so long ago that Zelensky held talks with leaders around the world, and he was the only one speaking. All the leaders around the world stood up and applauded him for his talk and backed him so that he would have help to fight Russia. But now, leaders around the world are saying it's time for peace, Zelensky. It's time for peace. It's time for this war between you and Putin, between Ukraine and Russia to end. This war is not healthy. Too many lives have been lost on both sides. Your people are not actually living in Ukraine. They're living all around the world. So a solution needs to be found. A resolution needs to be found. And here we go again. Trump is coordinating peace with Russia and Ukraine to end the war and to end it immediately. And for Trump to visit Putin in Saudi Arabia, believe it or not. And Saudi Arabia is the one who has been mediating peace also. So this is why I called the video today, The Kings of Peace. The Kings of Peace. Biblically speaking, a king of peace was actually in Hebrews chapter 7, verse 2. And it was Melchizedek. I can't even say it properly. Melchizedek, maybe Melchizedek. But it was known as a king of righteousness, a king of peace. So in this circumstance, Trump could actually be known as Melchizedek, like the king of peace, like the king of righteousness. But who do we know is actually the real king of peace? Who do we know? In Isaiah 11, it tells us that the king of peace that is coming, is a new branch that will grow from a stump of a tree. A new king will come in the family of Jesse. The Spirit of the Lord. From the tree of Jesse, we already know the King David came. And from King David, Jesus came. Jesus came. Jesus is actually known also, not just the King of Peace, but also the Prince of Peace. So you remember Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, but I give to you. So let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." These were Jesus's words when he left to return. This is what he left. He left his peace of righteousness. But like I said, if we look in Isaiah 9, for example, Jesus was called the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Eternal Father, and the Prince of Peace. Christ is our eternal King. Christ is the High Priest. The High Priest. And only true righteousness can be found in him. If there's no peace, there is wickedness. If there is no peace, there is wickedness. Only true peace can be found in righteousness, true righteousness. For if there is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. That's what he says. If there is no peace, it will be unto the wicked. And that's in Isaiah chapter 48, verse 22. So we must have peace. We must have peace. Perfect peace is found through God. Perfect peace. He believes in perfect peace. When Jesus comes as the King of Peace again, then the Old Testament prophecies will be fulfilled. Because God promises peace to his people. He promises protection for his people. He promises unity for his people. This is the grace and the favour of God as we know it. This is the favour and the grace of God. In Isaiah 26:3, it says, "You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for our eyes to be kept on the Prince of Peace. We're asking God to cover us today. We're asking God to speak in the lives of these kings of peace that we have today. We're asking God to work through them to carry out his will, to bring peace on the land, to bring peace on earth, to bring peace in the world. However it looks, however it may seem, God is at the center of it all. God has the ultimate say, has the ultimate control. Nothing can be done without God's say-so on this earth. God allows certain things to happen so that prophecies will be fulfilled. So this is the word that I have for you today. This is the news bulletin that I have for you today. So keep your eyes open. Keep watching and see God's fulfillment on earth come through, come to fruition. I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.